So in today's video, we'll be testing out the browsing feature integrated with Bing. We'll be testing it on some various use cases to see how effective it is at browsing live data. So let's go ahead and get started. So previously, if I use the GPT-4 or GPT 3.5 model, and I asked more up-to-date questions such as did NVIDIA, which is a company, did they have a split of their stock, or who won the 2022 NBA championship, I wouldn't be able to get those answers because again, ChatGPT is only trained up to 2021. But now if I turn on browsing with Bing, and you need to be a Plus member to have access to this, so now when we search up the same search query, which is did NVIDIA have a stock split, we see here that ChatGPT will browse the web using the Bing search engine. It will read content and then it will tell us more up-to-date information. So we see here that NVIDIA's most recent stock split took place on July 20 of 2021. And if we wanted to see the source, we can click on that source and it will tell us when they had a split. So it does seem to be correct that they did have a split in the 20th of July of 2021. So the web browsing mode does work sometimes. It is a little bit buggy because it's still in beta. But as you can see here, you're able to get more live and more up-to-date information right from ChatGPT. So you don't have to leave the ChatGPT interface. You can do all of your research within ChatGPT. Again, I can ask more up-to-date questions such as who won the 2022 NBA championship. And we see here that the Golden State Warriors won. And we can click on that link and we can get more information about that search query that we have by going directly to the website. Now let's ask some more complex questions. So let's say we wanted to create a blog post about the best cell phones or any best comparison blog post for an Amazon affiliate blog post or just a listicle style blog post. Instead of having to go out and grab all of that information and do the research about the products in which you're comparing, we can ask ChatGPT using the browsing mode to research the best cell phones of 2023, or it can be the best headphones, best shoes, whatever that may be, and create an in-depth comparison table of the prices, specs, features, and overall score of each cell phone. And again, this is really good because if we were to do this using the older model, we wouldn't be able to get more up-to-date information, especially when it comes to pricing, specs, features, and things of that nature. But with this web browsing mode, it makes it quicker for us to aggregate information, especially when we're writing about more up-to-date products or services. So if we click on this drop-down menu, we can actually see how this web browsing feature works. So it searches up Bing for that search query, best cell phones. Then it will click on the top ranked websites. So we see that it clicked on the PC Mag website. It reads the content, it scrolls down, it reads more content. Then it searches again the iPhone 14 Pro Max spec. So again, we see the train of thought here. So it searches up the overall search query, which is the best cell phones. Once it finds what were some of the best cell phones that were listed on that web page, they will then search up deeper to find out more about that specific product. In this case, it's the iPhone 14. Now it's the Google Pixel 7. And sometimes the content does fail, but as you can see, it kind of fixes it by itself. So it's pretty cool. It's kind of like an auto agent that goes out. It searches up that query. It's very smart and it's able to take that information and bring it back to you in a very concise way. So here is the comparison of some of the best cell phones that we got back. The iPhone 14 Pro Max, we get the price, we get the operating system, CPU, camera resolution, and so on. The Google Pixel 7 price, again, operating system, screen resolution, camera resolution, overall score, features, and so on. So it only is able to give us two phones for right now. And again, that's kind of the issue right now with the web browsing mode. It doesn't really follow exactly what you need. But as we can see here, it says that it's still in the process of finding more detailed reviews and specs for other iPhones. And they've listed some of the other iPhones, and they'll continue to search for this information to provide a more complete comparison table. So it is telling us that it's going to continue browsing, but I don't see it continue browsing anywhere here. So this is why there's some mixed reviews when it comes to web browsing. And that's because sometimes it's really good at doing things for a short period of time, but when it comes to continuing or being able to give us much longer outputs, it's harder to get more consistently. So you are able to get shorter outputs, as you guys saw, but the longer outputs does sort of sometimes make the AI stop. So what I can do is maybe I can tell it to continue this task and see if it's able to just pick up on what I need to get done and continue with writing and extracting information from cell phones. Okay, so it's went ahead and gathered that information, and as you can see here, it's just giving me back information about the iPhone 14. So I can see why people are having mixed reviews. Some people don't think it's that great. I do think it's still very useful, but once it gets better as they continue to roll it out in beta, I do think that it will be able to kind of fix all of the bugs that it has right now, and it will be much more effective at giving us the content which we need. So they have continued to write about the Samsung Galaxy S23, so that is a good sign. It's adding more information here. We get the price again, we get the operating system, screen size, and so on. Decent information here, but I would like it to be able to run the prompt that we give it and give us more output, especially when it comes to gathering information that we need for blog post. Now let's have it do another pretty advanced task, which is to search up and gather the most important information about the best stocks to invest in 2023. Once you gather the most important information, write an engaging and in-depth blog post about the best stocks to invest in 2023. Include lists and tables and always write in Markdown. And see if it's able to gather that information, take the information, then write an engaging blog post about that blog post topic. And as you can see here, it's not able to do that task. So I can see why people have mixed reviews when it comes to web browsing. I've used it for certain things, like I've shown in videos for SEO purposes and for gathering content from different blog posts. But when it comes to doing more advanced or more in-depth prompts, as you can see here, it does run into issues. Let's try to fix this prompt to see if we can actually get an output from this web browsing mode. So as you can see here, it was not able to execute the task that I had in mind. So I'm a little bit disappointed in the web browsing mode. I do still see that it is in beta. So right now, of course, there are going to be bugs. That's kind of to be expected, but I would like them to definitely improve on this specific feature, because this allows you to not be limited by the cutoff date of ChatGPT, and you're able to do a lot more with ChatGPT once the integration with Bing works well. So as of now, I would say web browsing needs to be improved. It works well for very simple prompts and very simple extraction from websites, but when it comes to doing more advanced tasks, it doesn't do very well. So it definitely needs to be improved, but you can still use it in certain ways for your content creation, especially when you're getting live and more up-to-date information. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope that it was useful, and I hope that you can use this knowledge within your content creation. If you did enjoy today's video, let it be known by giving us a big thumbs up and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And also, if you would like me to write your free article, then check out the link in the description below this video. I am offering a blog writing service. You can test it out for yourself. If you like the quality, then you can get a paid package. But if you would like to try it out, I'll leave a link in the description below for a free article of your choice.